Judy?
Good, thank you. Good evening, Borough of Ramsey. Welcome to Mayor and Council meeting Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. This meeting is also being conducted telephonically. Dial-in number is 425-436-6365, access code 213563. And the meeting may also be viewed on the Ramsey YouTube channel, which you can access from the Borough website. May we please have roll call?
Mayor Dillon,
Here.
Councilwoman Cusick,
Here.
Councilman Gutwetter,
Here.
Councilman Kilman,
Here.
Councilman Popolo,
Here.
Councilwoman Poppy is not here, Councilwoman Woods.
Here.
Thank you. Flag salute. I'll ask Chief Lyman to please lead us. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of all citizens to have advance notice of and to attend all meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting the public is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, notice of this meeting of the Mayor and Council was published in the Bergen Record and the Scrivener News on Wednesday, January 15th, 2025. May I please have approval of minutes?
Madam Mayor, this is Councilwoman Cusick, and I would like to approve the minutes from the work session on the 14th of May, 2025.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Are there any comments on the minutes? Not hearing any. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter,
Yes.
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilman Popolo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. Communications?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I make a motion to receive and file the communications as listed on our agenda tonight for May 28th.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Yes. Second.
All right. Any comments on the communications?
Madam Mayor, I would like to just congratulate Eagle Scout Dylan Hunt. He was awarded the Eagle Scout award, and we're very thrilled for him, and I'm looking forward to going to his Court of Honor on July 20th.
Thank you. And I'm very proud of Dylan as well. He did a great job on his Eagle Scout project. Right. Any other comments? Not hearing any. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter,
Yes.
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilman Popolo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. At this point, can we please have a motion to go out of order for the special presentations?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I make a motion to go out of order to move tonight's special presentations to now.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Madam Mayor, I second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay. Chief?
Want to do the swearing in?
Sure. Let's do swearing in first.
It's up there on the table. Yep.
Joe.
I was gonna say, I'm walking over there, I was like, wait, you're supposed to be here.
You got-
Come on.
Perfect. Come on up. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Joseph Sinate,
Joseph Sinate,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will faithfully
that I will
like Joe from the moment he walked into the interviews, just stood out from the rest of the candidates in the pool. Obviously, he came from law enforcement background. Harding's loss is our gain. We've picked up a number of really good officers from other departments recently, and I'd just like to attribute that to, they come here, they see the kind of department we run, the kind of friendships and camaraderie that we have here. Very supportive mayor and council. And Joe just came in and said the right things. He wants to come here and work. He's got great credentials, and we look forward to him coming on board, so congratulations. Also, I want to thank the mayor and council for taking time out of their meeting tonight. We'd like to acknowledge several officers that have done outstanding work this year and a lot of part of last year. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our public information officer, Detective Sabatelli. She's going to read the citations. Lieutenant Guilfoyle has the actual medals.
We're gonna do our life-saving medal first and our civilian service award since they go hand in hand. So, I'm just gonna read a little bit about the call and the awards. The life-saving medal is awarded for an act performed in the line of duty which, through disregard of personal safety or prompt alert, actually results in saving a life. The civilian service award is awarded to a civilian that assists the police department with the apprehension of a criminal in any emergency. This award may also be prepared when the civilian provides services which may be deemed beneficial to the department or the municipality. So our life-saving medal is Patrolwoman Warnett, and our civilian service award is William Kelly. You guys can please come up. So on Saturday, August 10th, 2024, at approximately 15:03 hours, Patrolwoman Warnett was dispatched to Uncle Giuseppe's to respond to a report of a male party, Russell Martorana, experiencing a medical emergency. Upon the arrival of Patrolwoman Warnett, she notified Ramsey Communications that Mr. Martorana was unresponsive and not breathing. Patrolwoman Warnett immediately began CPR with the assistance of a customer, later identified as William Kelly. Patrolwoman Warnett applied the AED, set up oxygen, applied an airway, and continued with life-saving measures with the assistance of William Kelly. The AED administered 2 shocks prior to Martorana being transported to the hospital. The paramedics later contacted Ramsey Police Headquarters after transport to advise that due to the life-saving efforts by Patrolwoman Warnett and William Kelly, Martorana had regained a pulse and was breathing during transport. The medics advised the actions of Patrolwoman Warnett and William Kelly were instrumental in saving Martorana's life. Mr. Martorana made a complete recovery, and his story was on News 12 on August 16th, 2024. Is Mr. Martorana present? He's running late? Okay. I didn't know that, so, okay. But because of these, Officer Warnett and civilian, Mr. Martorana is here, today. So, hopefully we can get him here and
Hopefully it shows up.
he shows up in the amount of time.
On behalf of the Ramsey Police Department and community of Ramsey, thank you very much for stepping up and doing what you did. I mean, it's.
So we have a few more awards that we're going to give out tonight. Our next award is our Exceptional Duty Medal. It's awarded for a highly credible accomplishment, bringing public acclaim to themselves, their department, or the police profession as a result of training, devotion to duty, or service to the public. And this award, Captain Creasy nominated Detective Sergeant Garcia for this award. Okay. Detective Sergeant Garcia has proven himself year after year as an asset to the Ramsey Police Department. Detective Sergeant Garcia possesses many sought-after traits distinguishing distinguishing himself as an excellent officer and supervisor. These traits include leadership, diligence, pride, and accountability. Detective Sergeant Garcia is a mentor to the younger officers and a resource when assistance is requested. As a result of this, Detective Sergeant Garcia was promoted to the rank of sergeant in November of 2024 and is now in charge of the Detective Bureau. As a new supervisor, he was able to make strides in the face of challenges, all while making decisions and assigning tasks. His end product remained consistent with command staff expectations. Since taking over the Detective Bureau in January of 2025, officers under his supervision have successfully charged 30 suspects. Under his leadership, the Detective Bureau transitioned to a proactive force and continues to be on the forefront of the intelligence gathering. Lastly, Detective Sergeant Garcia is selfless with his time and effort. He continues to take on additional departmental roles, which he is more than capable to handle. As a result, the department continues to operate efficiently and effectively. Congratulations. Our next is the Honorable Service Medal. It's awarded for a credible act in the line of duty which meets some but not all requirements for other medals, unusual nature, showing initiative and accomplishment. We have 4 tonight. We have Patrolman Finn, Patrolman Riley, Patrolman De Palma, and Patrolman Zindaki. Patrolman Finn. Patrolman Finn is consistently at the top of the patrol division through exceptional performance and dedication. He led the patrol division in arrests and was top 2 in patrol division with summonses issued. His leadership extends beyond his daily duties as he is one of the department's firearms instructors, defensive tactics instructors, and field training officers, serving as a mentor to younger officers, and he's viewed as a leader within the department. Patrolman Finn has also received numerous commendations and recognition by his supervisors for his proactive police work and crime prevention initiatives. Patrolman Riley. On November 11, 2024, at approximately 9:35 hours, Ramsey police units were responding to 450 Island Road for a report of a motor vehicle into an apartment building. Patrolman Riley was the first officer on scene and located the vehicle that had crashed through the exterior brick wall, entering the kitchen of the bottom floor apartment. Patrolman Riley immediately noticed the strong odor of natural gas as the vehicle had ruptured the gas line to the kitchen appliances. Patrolman Riley ignored the possibility of a spark from the vehicle or falling bricks and was able to successfully extract the driver from the passenger side compartment and move him to safety. Patrolman Riley then re-entered the building and began evacuating residents from surrounding apartments. Patrolman Riley is to be recognized for his actions in assisting the driver while ignoring the potential danger to himself. His actions exemplify the best characteristics of law enforcement and the commitment to preserve life and assist those in need. Patrolman De Palma and Patrolman Zindaki. On January 28, 2025, at approximately 14:53 hours, Patrolman Zindaki conducted a motor vehicle stop Route 17 South on a vehicle exceeding the posted speed limit and failure to maintain lane. Patrolman De Palma assisted as the backup officer. While interacting with the occupants, Patrolman Zindaki observed a handgun in the glove box of the vehicle. Patrolman Zindaki and Patrolman De Palma immediately gave verbal commands with the proper use of force. The occupants were safely removed and placed under arrest as neither of the occupants had a lawful justification for possession of the handgun. Both Patrolman Zindaki and Patrolman De Palma are commended for removing an illegal firearm from the street and safely resolving a potentially dangerous situation while effecting the arrest. Congratulations to you all. We also have accommodation for our K-9 Patrolman Hammersma and K-9 Jack. Unfortunately, they could not be here tonight, but I would like to read this because it's actually very important.
Please.
He's a very important part of our police department, so I think it's well deserving. K-9 Hammersma and Jack Jack have assisted with several call-outs resulting in narcotics arrests. They have responded to multiple different surrounding agencies with tracks of burglaries and to assist with fleeing suspects. Canine Jack has attended multiple community outreach programs within the schools in the borough of Ramsey to include other schools within the county to educate students and staff on the responsibilities and daily functions of police canines. Patrolman Hammersmith and Canine Jack have had numerous drug-related arrests combined with Ramsey PD and the DEA that include several large seizures of narcotics and over $2 million seized in U.S. currency. The Ramsey Police Department Canine Unit continues to build relationships and trust with the community, our surrounding municipalities, and federal law enforcement partners. This award is in recognition of their exemplary teamwork and invaluable service to our community. Mr. Mamarano.
Did he show up, Mr. Martirano?
Not yet.
Unfortunately, it would have been nice to have him here, but I just want to commend the officers that did receive awards tonight. Thank you, Detective Sabatelli, for doing a great job of leading that. And thank you, Mayor and Council, for your continued support and taking a break out of your meeting to allow us to do this tonight.
Our absolute pleasure to honor the officers in their exemplary service and to recognize their achievements.
Thank you.
All right, folks, we're gonna go back into the regular order. We'd love to have you staying, be here with us, but we will not be offended if you decide to call in tonight, don't worry. All right, have a nice
Just
evening.
another 2 hours.
Get home safely, take care.
So excellent.
Is she here? Oh, wow. So you want to do the appointments first? Right, so we have to do appointments and then resolutions, and then do public hearing? Okay. All right, folks, we have Samantha Ackerson here. So- Bye, thank you. So what I'd like to do is have us go back into the meeting. Well, let's start with appointments and then do the resolutions, so I can swear her in, and then we'll do the public hearings, okay?
Both appointments?
Meredith, did you get that?
I did hear.
Did you?
I don't think Katherine's here, but she'll say.
Okay.
That's me.
Go back into order, public comment.
Skip public comments and then go into, actually, let's go back in and let's start at appointments
Okay.
and resolutions, because that way we'll just flip it on its head.
Before public comment.
Yeah, we'll do
Got it.
public comment
Got
after.
it.
Mhm. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, congratulations,
coming.
and thank you, sir. All right, Samantha, we're gonna, just real quick, we're gonna jump around the order of the meeting so we can go through everything we need to do to appoint you, do the resolutions, approving it, and then I'll swear you in, and then you can go, so I don't wanna make you wait around. Okay?
I like your sweater.
Okay. Okay, can I please have a motion to go back into the meeting and jump directly to appointments?
Madam Mayor, I make a motion to go back into order and then jump to appointments.
Madam Mayor, I second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay. I hereby make the following appointments. Kevin Morse, Ramsey Rescue Squad, and Samantha Ackerson, the Junior Fire Brigade. Can we please go to consent resolutions?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. Be it resolved that resolutions 100, 2025 through and including 106, 2025, having been considered by the governing body of the Borough of Ramsey, be and are hereby passed and approved. We do have a block party request this evening. Marisa Davis of North Street is requesting permission to hold a block party on Saturday, August 9th, 2025, from 3 to 10 p.m.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Any comments on the consent resolutions? I know Mr. Rosé will have a lot of information during his report. Okay, all in favor? Oh,
Aye.
actually, no, roll call.
Oh, yeah.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Papalo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, Samantha, let's get you sworn in. Wait, that took Peter's place. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. You, that's your turn. By the camera.
Please repeat after me. I, Samantha Ackerson, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under authority of the people, so help me God. I do further solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office of Ramsey Junior Fire Brigade according to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations. Mayor, do you want to have her sign this one?
Yes.
I'll lend you my very special pen, lifted from the Sheridan. I'm gonna bring it back when it's out of ink.
Thank you. Okay, can I have please have a motion to go back into the regular order so we actually go back to public comment?
Madam Mayor, I make a motion to go back into regular order, and we will begin where we left off with public comment.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Perfect, thank you. All right, we'll open it up to public comment. Anyone wishing to address the governing body, please give your name, spelling the last name and address. Please speak in an audible tone and address your comments to the chair. There will be a 5-minute time limit per speaker unless reduced because of the volume of business on the agenda. Please note, public comment is your time. Out of respect and fairness to all, there will be no interruptions or questions answered during your time. No time shall be ceded to anyone else, and no time shall be saved for later use. Any responses may be given during the governing body's comments later in the meeting or as directed by the chair. The Borough Clerk is the official timekeeper. Okay, there's no one in chambers for public comment. Is there anyone on the line? Second call for public comment for anyone on the line. Third and final call for public comment for anyone on the line. Okay, not hearing anyone, I will close public comment. Let's move on to public hearings. The advertised public hearing for final consideration of ordinances, ordinance 11-2025.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Final ordinance number 11, 2025, an ordinance amending Chapter 7 of the Code of Borough of Ramsey, Bergen County, New Jersey, and more specifically, Section 7-14 thereof entitled Parking Prohibited During Certain Hours on Certain Streets. Having been brought up for public hearing and all persons interested having been given an opportunity to be heard, pass final reading by title, and that said ordinance be adopted as an ordinance of the Borough of Ramsey. And be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be, and she hereby is, directed to cause a copy of the title of said ordinance to be published in an official newspaper of the Borough in the manner provided by law, together with a notice of the date of introduction and adoption of said ordinance.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Any comments on this ordinance?
Yes, Madam Mayor. This ordinance prohibits street parking from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. from May 15th through September 15th in 3 areas. On Shady Side Road from Darlington Ave to Drum Court, on Drum Court, and on Darlington Avenue from Ridge Road to Alita Place. In recent years, we have seen an influx of cars and patrons of Darlington Park parking in this area and causing congestion and issues with the residents on those streets. As noted, this ordinance prohibits street parking in these areas during the summer park season.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I'll now open this up for public comment, for public hearing. Is there anyone in the public that would like to comment on ordinance 11, 2025? No one in chambers. Is there anyone on the line that would like to comment on ordinance 11-2025? Second call for comments on 11-2025. Third and final call for comments on 11-2025. Okay, no comments. I will now close the public hearing. May we please have a roll call?
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Papalo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods?
Yes.
Thank you. And I just want to mention that ordinance 12-2025 was originally scheduled for final consideration at the June 25th council meeting. It will now be heard on Thursday, June 12, 2025. It will be advertised in the Bergen Record on Thursday, May 29th, and noticed via regular and certified mail to property owners within 200 feet. And the reason why we are doing it at the earlier meeting is because it was approved by and recommended by the planning board at their meeting last week. And this is the ordinance that relates to the redevelopment of Constantine Drive. All right, we've done appointments, we've done consent resolutions and block party requests, we've done special presentations, so let's now move on to committee and liaison reports. Finance and Administration. There we go. Oops.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. My report for this evening. The Library Board, the annual summer reading program will begin with the summer reading kickoff event on June 29th. The program will last through August and will provide fun incentives for all participants, whether they're kids, teens, or adults. The library has held a writing contest for 4th and 5th grade students over the past few months. A townwide mailer with help from the Friends of the Ramsey Library will be going out from the library in early June, discussing some of these events. The library will also is now launching a new sensory kit that can be borrowed and designed for individuals with special needs or cognitive or motor skill issues. For the Recreation Commission, the Home Run Derby is Saturday, June 14th. Registration is 9:30 in the morning and at 10 a.m. start time. Registration is now open for the Ramsey Run on September 20th, looking for sponsors, recognition for sponsors, but I don't think we want to think that far ahead to September 20th.
No.
No.
Yes.
Summer camp registration open until the end of the month with, there are still counselor spots that are still available. And men's and women's softball leagues are running from now into August. And fall soccer registration is open. I think you can see signs around town advertising that. For the farmer's market, it's open daily from 9 till 2 p.m. There was a nice crowd this past Sunday, including an author visit. There was an author who wrote a book on his time in Vietnam. There are blood pressure checks. And this Sunday coming up, the Women's Club of Ramsey will host at the farmer's market at the train station their annual Strawberry Festival. I'm sure you'll see Councilman Gutwetter there taking in his share of the strawberry treats. And lastly, congrats to all the police officers that were honored this evening, and also to the 2 appointees. Thank you for their service to the borough. That's my report for this evening.
Thank you. Public Safety, Councilman Kilman.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. First off, I'd like to say congratulations to all those who were recognized during our special presentation, all the detective and patrol men and women, as well as our civilian, William Kelly, for outstanding service. Also, congratulations to Samantha Ackerson to her appointment to the Junior Fire Brigade. I want to say thanks to the VFW and all those involved in the borough who helped orchestrate Ramsey's Memorial Day Remembrance. It's always an event that I truly like to attend and recognize those who have served our country. and paid the highest price. For public safety, currently the Ramsey Emergency Services Complex project has been undergoing further review and assessment. The objective is to stay within feasible budget parameters initially estimated, notwithstanding the current rise in inflation and construction costs. When completed, it will be presented to the full mayor and council and the public. Once the proposed plan and bid package is completed and reviewed within the borough, it will need to be submitted to the State Office of Controller for their review prior to going out to bid. And currently, there are no estimated dates for these steps to occur. And that is my report this evening, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Building, Planning, and Zoning, Councilwoman Woods.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Congratulations to probationary police officer Joseph Sinante. We are so fortunate to have you and all of the wonderful members of the Ramsey Police Department. Congratulations to all of tonight's award recipients. Very impressive. Also, congratulations to Kevin Morris on his appointment to the Ramsey Rescue Squad and to Samantha Ackerson on her appointment to the Junior Fire Brigade. Thank you for your service. The Memorial Day Parade and service was absolutely beautiful. It was moving to see such a wonderful, large attendance as well. Thank you to our service members that sacrificed so much for us. The Design Review Board meeting scheduled for Tuesday, May 20, is scheduled for Tuesday, I'm sorry. Excuse me. The last Design Review Board meeting scheduled for Tuesday, May 27th, yesterday was canceled as there were no applications. The next Design Review Board meeting is Tuesday, June 27th. The Senior Trustees Board will meet Thursday, June 12th. The Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting, they met May 21st, heard 2 residential applications, and the next meeting will be Wednesday, June 18th. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Utilities, Buildings, and Grounds, Councilwoman Cusick.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Congratulations and thank you to Kevin Morse and Samantha Ackerson for your future commitments to our Ramsey Rescue Squad and Junior Fire Brigade, respectively. Congratulations to our Ramsey Police Department new officer and award recipients this evening. I want to thank Mr. Vose, our Ramsey VFW, our Public Works, our Emergency Services, and our Borough for your demonstration of gratitude on Memorial Day, coming together to honor and remember those who have served. This report will be an update regarding our Planning Board, Shade Tree Commission, and Board of Public Works. For the Ramsey Planning Board, at the May 20th meeting, there were 5 waiver applications that were presented and approved. A summary of Ordinance 12-2025 was provided, and the Planning Board recommended that the ordinance be recommended to the mayor and council. And this is Ordinance 12-2025, which Madam Mayor just discussed. At the Planning Board, there was 1 public hearing for Titan Development Group for soil movement application, which was approved, and there was an executive session to discuss the draft of the housing element and fair share plan. Our next Planning Board meeting will occur on June 17th, 2025. The Shade Tree Commission plays a vital role in maintaining and preserving our community's trees. The Shade Tree Commission last met on the 15th of May. The next meeting is scheduled for June 19th. The Commission is planning an Arbor Day event planting ceremony in our borough. Details will be shared. The Ramsey Board of Public Works last met on the 19th of May 2025. The next meeting is 16th of June 2025. Per and polyfluorinated substances, PFAS, are a group of chemicals used to make fluoropolymer coatings and products that resist heat, oil stains, grease, and water. There are U.S. EPA PFAS water quality limits which impact our water quality supply. H2M, our architectural and engineering firm, is working with the Ramsey Water Department regarding treatment approaches at our well treatment facilities at Arrow Road and at Darlington, Brookfield, North Central, and Spring Street. The I-Bank in New Jersey is the New Jersey Infrastructure Bank, and it is involved in funding projects related to PFAS contamination in drinking water through the New Jersey Water Bank. This program provides low-interest loans to municipalities and to water systems for environmental infrastructure improvements, including PFAS treatment. We continue to work for the value of our borough. And I want to mention that the Arrow Road project was submitted to the I-Bank for consideration in August of 2024, and Darlington, Brookfield, North Central, and Spring Street projects were submitted to the I-Bank this past February of 2025. The I-Bank indicated that they are still reviewing our environmental planning documents. For the lead service line replacement, the Borough of Public Works continues planning and implementing regarding the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection's lead service line replacement legislation. This project requires that all lead service lines served by the water system be replaced by the year 2031. And finally, for the Board of Public Works, our Consumer Confidence Report. H2M is working on completing the 2025 CCR, which summarizes the results of our 2024 drinking water quality data. The report documents that there were no water quality violations during the 2024 calendar year. The CCR postcard will be mailed to our customers in June and will indicate that the entire report will be available for viewing on the Ramsey website starting July 1, meeting our NJDEP requirements. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, does anybody have any comments for Councilwoman Poppy?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. Councilwoman Poppy did email me her report. Congratulations to Kevin Morris, Ramsey Rescue Squad, and Samantha Ackerson, Junior Fire Brigade, on their appointments, and to all those receiving awards this evening. Thank you for your service and your dedication to our community. Sarah would also like to congratulate all the participants of the Leeds Got Talent show held on May 17th. It was wonderfully run. It was a wonderfully run competition, and all the students did a phenomenal job with their performances. She would also like to extend her thanks to Officer Beeman and all of the lead volunteers for a job well done on that show. The Ramsey Municipal Alliance met on May 20th. They will be sponsoring presentations in the high school and middle school leading up to the end of the school year. They will also be hosting NARCAM training at the community center on June 23rd at 8 p.m., which will be free and open to the public. The next meeting will be held just prior to that training, also in the community center. Ramsey Stigma Free did a great job this May with their walk-a-thon, walk and talk-a-thon, their signage, and their programming. Sarah would like to thank all the vibrant volunteers who stepped up for the high energy to make this month a success to help support breaking the stigma around the struggles of mental health. They will meet again on June 16th. The Ramsey Chamber of Commerce held a networking event at TD Bank on May 20th. It was well attended and included instructions from local business owners and a presentation by SCORE, who offers a free mentor program to all small business owners. Memorial Day weekend kicked off with the opening of our beautiful municipal pool. It was chilly, but people still came out to celebrate the start of the summer months ahead. As a reminder, the pool will be open only on weekends through June 20th and will open for daily operation beginning June 21st. The pool commission will meet again on June 18th. And lastly, the Ramsey New Resident Mixer will be held at the pool on June 6th. We are expecting over 150 individual new residents and 20 local organizations to be in attendance. David Kopek and friends will perform while residents enjoy mingling, swimming, refreshments, and pizza generously donated by ShopRite. Anyone who is new to town since 2023 is encouraged to register. And that is Councilwoman Poppy's report, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Health, Education, and Social Services, Councilman Popolo.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Congratulations to Kevin and Samantha on their appointments, and as well, congratulations to all the recipients tonight on their special presentations, and thank you for their service. Very, very brief update tonight. I just have Wright that was off for this weekend, Memorial Day for softball, but that picks back up next on this Saturday with roughly 2 to 3 more weeks remaining with the season. Environmental and Board of Ed have meetings in June. That's it. I have
Wow, that was short and sweet.
very short.
Thank you. Okay, for my remarks, I also want to echo what Councilwoman Poppy in her report regarding this stigma-free. They're part of the Ramsey Municipal Alliance, and they took on the job of reinvigorating stigma-free which had kind of fallen by the wayside. So they've done a really great job, and I want to commend everybody who stepped up to it. The walk and talkathon, even though it was a terribly miserable day weather-wise, was very well attended and was very successful. They were at the farmer's market of the following week, so they've done a really great job, and I want to commend them for that. And thank you to everyone who was involved in the Memorial Day service. I was very pleased how well attended it was. It was a great turnout, and I just appreciate everybody coming out to pay honor to those who made the ultimate sacrifice. This Saturday is the Pride event from 6:30 to 8 at the Ramsey High School front lawn. And congratulations to Samantha and Kevin, and thank you for joining and volunteering in town. And of course, I'd like to congratulate Officer Senate for joining the Ramsey Police Department, which I consider to be the finest police department in Bergen County and the entire state of New Jersey. So it's great to have another wonderful officer that is has a really great law enforcement background and knows what he's doing. And also, I'd like to recognize and thank all the officers who were commended this evening. It's really wonderful to hear their stories of what they do in this community to keep people safe, and step in where there truly are emergencies without thinking about their own safety. And that's all I have. Borough Administrator, Mr. Bozay.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. A few comments on some of our resolutions tonight. Resolutions 103 and 104, we're authorizing the approval of preparation and submission of a grant application to the New Jersey Department of Transportation for Shady Side Road Project, Section 2. These two resolutions authorize the preparation by Capital Alternatives and the submission of this grant application for municipal aid program for Section 2 of Shady Side Road Project. Last year, the borough was able to obtain a municipal aid grant under the same program for Section 1 of Shady Side, which was West Oak to Woodland, in an amount of $190,050. This application is the remaining section of Shady Side from Woodland to Darlington. Resolution 105, authorize the issuance of estimated third quarter tax bills. Each year, the governing body does a resolution authorizing the preparation of estimated property tax bills in advance of the third quarter billing, which will be due August 1st. This is necessitated by the fact that the County of Bergen must certify all four components of the property tax rate, Board of Education, municipal, county, and library prior to the final 2025 property tax rates being certified. The law requires that property tax bills be issued a minimum of 30 days before they're due, in this case, as mentioned, August 1st. Since the county certification has not occurred yet, and it's not anticipated in the next few weeks, the borough will be sending out bills later in June to meet the 30-day in advance deadline. Once the county certification process is complete, the final 2025 rate will be implemented and reflected in the fourth quarter property tax billing. The Board of Education municipal and library portion of the 2025 property tax rate have all been set pending certification, and along with an estimate for the county component, these are reflected in the total estimated 2025 property tax rate of $2.039, which overall is a 2.67 increase from 2024. As a reminder, the borough revaluation becomes effective with the third quarter property tax bills, with the new property valuations in aggregate increasing by the same percentage as the property tax rate was decreased prior to the 2025 budget increases over last year. Last year, the certified rate was 2.822 as opposed to this year's 2.039, reflecting the revaluation. We have an ordinance on the agenda tonight for introduction, which is Ordinance 13/2025. This ordinance modifies the current code regarding the tennis and pickleball courts on East Oak Street and the pickleball courts at Finch Park. Summary of those modifications are: they're modifying the hours of play on the East Oak Street courts from the current 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. each day to now be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Thursday and Friday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. There will be Ramsey resident exclusive time slots of use for Wednesday and Friday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., as well as Saturday and Sunday from 9 AM to 11 AM. For the pickleball courts on Finch Park, we're modifying the hours of play from the current 8 AM to 9 PM each day to now be each day Monday through Sunday from 8 AM to 8 PM. Ramsey resident exclusive use for the Finch Park pickleball courts would be Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 9 AM to 10:30 AM, and also from 4 PM to 6 PM, as well as Saturday and Sunday, 8 AM to 10 AM, and 2 PM to 4 PM. This new ordinance also modifies some and includes some good neighbor provisions precluding excessive noise, offensive behavior, and music. We do, in the next couple meetings, we'll have a couple ordinances, which I mentioned last time, and I'll just quickly go through again. But we will have a lead service line ordinance that the Board of Public Works has drafted and recommended to the governing body. The board and the borough own the water service line from the water main up to the curb stop valve. The property owner then owns the line from the curb stop valve into the property. This ordinance will provide an economic incentive for residents to replace their portion of the service line if it has been determined to be a lead service line under the state mandated replacement program that Councilwoman Cusick spoke of earlier. We will look at updating the current borough code on retiree health insurance to be more consistent with the collective bargaining agreements that have been negotiated with the unions. We're looking at a parking ordinance for private property. While we do not have authority per se on private property as the borough, there are provisions in State Title 39 which will allow for requiring such things as parking within marked stalls, et cetera, to prevent fire line hazards with people parking in those on private property. We will have an upcoming bond ordinance, which will include, for the Board of Public Works, funding for the next phase of the state mandated lead service line replacements, which are scheduled for 2025, a water main upgrade on Snyder Avenue, and it'll also include some of the mandated lead service line replacements, as well as the third component of funding for the PFAS water treatment design work, and also the PFAS treatment project to be bid later in the year for our road. The bond ordinance, we would have one for borough projects as well, which would include funding for borough projects, which will be the initial phase of the upgrade to the borough's emergency communications network system and radios as part of a planned upgrade. Also, the upgrade to the Finch Park basketball and pickleball courts, which would include resurfacing and lighting. The Finch Park court funding will be offset with open space grants, which we have previously obtained for approximately 50% of the cost. And that would conclude my comments.
Thank you, appreciate that. Borough Attorney,
Nothing, Madam Mayor, thank you.
Borough Clerk?
The only thing I wanted to mention was that our next council meeting will be, maybe we're gonna say this, on June 12th, Thursday, June 12th, instead of June 11th. Because Election Day is Tuesday, June 10th,
Yes,
so
thank you.
we'll have a little break in there.
Oh, yeah, that's
Thank
always
you.
very busy time for you, very. Okay, then we have introduction of one ordinance, ordinance 13, 2025.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is Councilwoman Cusick. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending Chapter 11 of the Code of the Borough of Ramsey, Bergen County, New Jersey, and more specifically, Section 11-2, therefore entitled Tennis Courts. Pass the first reading by title, and that said ordinance be further considered for final passage and adoption at a regular meeting of the mayor and council to be held on the 12th day of June 2025, 7 PM prevailing time, or as soon after as the matter can be reached at the municipal building in said borough. And be it further resolved that the borough clerk be and she hereby is instructed to publish in an official newspaper of the borough in the manner provided by law a copy of said ordinance, together with notice of introduction thereof, and notice when the same will be considered for final passage and adoption.
Do we have a second?
Oh, I second it, Madam Mayor. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong page. I thought Glenn was gonna second.
No worries.
Not
Thank
me.
you. Not you. Okay, any comments in addition to Mr. Bozet's comments?
No,
Okay,
Madam
I
Mayor,
thought he did a beautiful
nailed
job
it.
explaining it.
he nailed it.
Thank you. All right, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilman Papalo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Any unfinished business or new business? Not knowing of any? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, 7:50.